It's important to keep air smoothly flowing around the plane. Turbulence or sudden gusts of wind can make a plane hard to control. One of the NACA's greatest achievements was designing wings that allowed planes to move easily through the air. Today, we take many of these design elements for granted, but each change came about after a series of experiments and mathematical computations, and luck. The first inventors made some assumptions, built a plane, tried to fly it, and if they didn't die in the process, they applied what they learned to the next attempt. By the time Dorothy was on the job, the task of modifying airplane design had been turned over to the aeronautical engineers and the test pilots who flew the planes directly into their weak spots. Each time the pilots pushed the aircraft to the limit, they helped generate data that could be used to identify ways to make a good plane even better. The test pilots also risked their lives and the loss of a very expensive piece of equipment. To make the job easier, researchers developed wind tunnels that allowed them to test model planes without the danger of flying a real plane. At its simplest, a wind tunnel was a big box attached to a powerful fan. The basic idea behind the wind tunnel was the air moving at a certain speed over a stationary object was similar to moving the object through the air at the same speed. Engineers blasted air over full-sized aircraft, scale models, or individual parts such as wings or bodies. By closely observing how the air flowed around the object, the engineers could assess how the object would fly through the air. Langley built different wind tunnels to test specific features of the planes. There was even a tunnel called the full-scale tunnel, which opened wide enough to swallow a full-size plane. Running the electricity-hungry wind tunnels wasn't always easy for the laboratory because the local power company rationed electricity during the war, including for the laboratory. The NACA solved the problem by running some of their tests into the wee hours, and people living near Langley complained about the roar of the tunnels while they were trying to sleep. Despite the challenges, building wind tunnels that were quite similar to real-world conditions was one of the keys to NACA's success.